Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're all doing well and you got some really good practice with borrowing with fractions. We're going to kind of spiral back to those every few days and just do a couple of practice problems because that's just a tough skill and we want to make sure we're strengthening that bridge and we've got it mastered. All right, so today your assignments, and again, I'm just going to mark them off for you and you're going to work at your own pace. You might go a little bit faster or slower on some days. So there is an adding and subtracting Edulastic assessment. Make sure you go online at some point today. It's just a few questions, and that'll help me know that you really have mastered those skills. Then today, we're going to start work on our ERQs. We were doing one of those every single day before we left, and I want to make sure that we're keeping that skill up. And so our skill is to be able to explain our mathematical thinking logically and through words and through writing. And, the math is one skill, but then explaining it in your words is a whole nother ball game. So I'm going to start one or two today. We're going to check the one that you worked on because you guys worked on one the Wednesday before we left. We're going to check that one today. And then we're going to just do a reminder of the expectation for your ERQs. I know you guys know we developed a rubric. You guys told me what we were looking for. But we're going to go ahead and start one to make sure we're all on the same page. And then you're going to work on finishing those at your own pace. So that would be maybe do one a day, or you can do, I don't really have anything else scheduled for today. So you could do several of them today if you want to. I also have put some Splash Learn assignments on here. Some of them are games. Some of them are actual assignments. It's just for fun. It's optional. So you're welcome to do those whenever you want. And then you can also just go there and type in the skill and it'll give you some games you can play as well. And you have all your Splash Learn accounts. So I did share with all of you a document. It's a bright gold piece of paper and it looks something like this. It has all of your codes on it. If you have any problems logging in, you're going to make sure you contact me and I'll help you get ready. All right, so ERQs. You had already worked on this question the last day before we ended up going for a break, and so we're just going to check it. So Eliana, and remember, we're not going to worry about names because they're going to give us some funny names. She runs 40 minutes every morning. How many minutes? 40. How much time does she spend running in 1 week? All right, so our questions that we were working on are identify the amount of time she spends in 1 week. Explain the steps used to solve the problem. All right, so at the top you should have our D, W, B, and we start with our what are we supposed to do? We're going to identify, and then we're going to explain. And what are we identifying? The time in 1 week. And we are going to explain the steps. And we know that we can bullet those. All right, so 40 minutes every morning. And she is going to go for 1 week, which means we have 7 days. We're going to use our zeros trick. 7 times 4 is 28. Add a 0. Now this is how many minutes. It didn't say how many hours, but we don't usually say time is in 280 minutes. That just seems kind of silly. So how many minutes are in an hour? Yep, 60. 6 times what is less than 28? 4. I'm going to go ahead and use my partial quotients. 4 times 6 is 24. Add a 0. I have 40 minutes left over. Now it seems weird to have a remainder this big, but remember we just have to check our divisor, and our remainder is less than our divisor. So 4 hours and 40 minutes. 4 hours, 40 minutes. Now I need my steps, so I multiplied by 7, and then I divided by 60. All right, am I done? Nope, we have to actually write it out in words. So, Eliana ran 4 hours and 40 minutes in 1 week. I multiplied 40 times 70 because there are 7 days in a week. I divided 280 divided by 60 and got 4 remainder 40 because, why did I divide by 60? Oh yeah, there are 60 minutes in a week. All right, now am I done? Do I just stop? Hopefully you said we're going to make sure we use some good math words. So we have multiplied, divided, remainder. So that looks pretty good. We got 3 words. We said always use 2 to 3 math words. Now what do I need to do? Yep, I'm going to count my words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Definitely more than 15. And our last thing is, can I figure out what the question was based on my answer? If I was reading this answer, would I automatically know what the question is? And my answer is yes. So hopefully you are adding. Remember how we always do in class, check it and correct. So when we go over work that we've already worked on, remember the expectation is that you're making your work even better. So if you need to add a word, if you need to add a sentence to explain, or maybe you only explained one step, maybe you didn't put it in hours and minutes and you're going to add that sentence in. If you need to pause the tape, go ahead and do that now. All right, so for the rest of the week, you have 1 or 2 weeks, 2, 3, 4 more ERQs. Now you don't really have any other assignments today, so really you could probably do all these ERQs in one day. However, I know that sometimes I don't like to do all this writing in one day either, so feel free to spread it out. And I'll remind you at the start of every lesson that you're working on to work on your ERQs. So we're going to go ahead and just break this one down. We're going to solve it, but I'm going to let you write this one, and you're going to do all the other ones on your own. So go ahead and read it with me. So Londa earns $6 an hour for babysitting. How much? $6 an hour. She babysits 9 hours each week. How much? 9 hours. At this rate, how many weeks will it take her to earn $300? How much? $300. All right, so now we're going to mark our verbs. Our question says, calculate how many weeks it will take her to earn $300. Explain the steps. All right, we're going to go ahead and do our D, W, B. And we're going to calculate weeks to earn 300. Don't forget your answer. And we're going to explain the steps. And don't forget your answer. All right, so I'm going to let you solve this one on your own. And so I want to just draw your attention. So think about, we have $6 for each of 9 hours that she works in a week. So think about what mathematical operation you would do. And then you need to figure out if you counted 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, how long would it take you to get up to $300? And remember, if you're all the way up and you still need $1 more, you're still going to have to wait and work that 1 more week. This is a really good real life problem solving multi-step problem that you might have next year when you guys start maybe helping out with brothers or sisters or cousins or people in the community doing some babysitting. You guys are getting to be that age, and this is absolutely something you'd have to do. So the standard here is I can solve multi-step word problems and use writing to explain my thinking. All right, so I'm going to let you solve this and write it up. Don't forget to look at your vocabulary words. Make sure that you answer all parts of the question. Make sure you go back and you reread the question and see if you can figure the question out from what you wrote. And then, of course, don't forget to count your words. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning.